Higher Education Funding Council for England have funded student volunteering provision since 2002. First of all with the Active Community Fund, and in 2006 the Teaching Quality Enhancement Fund. TQEF will be replaced by TESS, Teaching Enhancement and Student Success, beyond July. Now, this new funding stream does not have distinct support for student volunteering provision, which means it allows institutions more autonomy as to whether they continue funding student volunteering or not. So that obviously has implications for student volunteering practitioners. It's also important to acknowledge that the funding that impacts on student volunteering will also impact on staff volunteering as well. In terms of Volunteering England's work in this area, we've been very proactive with our lobbying and policy work. First of all, we submitted a joint information paper with WISFA. We gathered together stakeholder statements from a range of different stakeholders that are involved in student volunteering, so graduate recruiters, volunteering involving organisations, institutions, to try and display the diversity of student volunteering. We submitted a policy response to HEFCE. We publicised this information on our website and had it as one of our themes for Student Volunteering Week. And we've also been in touch with HEFCE quite considerably since November, December. We wanted to work with them to help them articulate the value of student volunteering, so that information is then relayed to senior management within higher education. And we've also invited them to attend the funding plenary, and we offered them a free place at conference. What I want to do today is introduce you to our speakers. We've got a very diverse and outstanding group of speakers here who will give you a sort of outline of how student volunteering is important at all different levels. I've asked the speakers to also give you suggestions that you can take back to your institutions, and to wrap up with what they think about student volunteering in 3 words, which will hopefully put them under suitable pressure. Just to introduce the plenary, first of all we have Professor Peter Jones, who is the Senior Pro-Vice-Chancellor for Nottingham Trent University. Peter is a qualified solicitor and a founding partner of the well-known community-based law firm Hodge, Jones and Allen. In 1997, Peter was appointed as the Dean of Nottingham Law School, and in 2003 became the Pro-Vice-Chancellor, and in 2005 the Senior Pro-Vice-Chancellor, with a focus on academic development and research. And Peter has kindly offered to give a higher education senior management perspective to the debate. Our second speaker is Dr. Caroline Stainton, who is the Head of Department for Learning and Teaching at the University of Northampton. Her department covers a variety of work, including quality enhancement, the Centres for Community Volunteering and Academic Practice. Caroline sits on national committees for staff and educational development, and has published in the fields of academic leadership and undertakes consultancy on assessment practices. So Caroline has kindly agreed to give a perspective from a head of department. Our third speaker is Sophie Duncan, who is the Deputy Director for the National Coordinating Centre for Public Engagement, which we'll refer to as NCCPE. Sophie has worked in public engagement for over 15 years. She originally trained as a physicist and started her career at the Science Museum in London. Sophie spent 7 years working for the BBC, managing the community engagement work, which also includes People's War and Breathing Spaces. And Sophie recently left the BBC to take up the role at NCCPE. Sophie will outline the work of NCCPE, particularly focusing on their student volunteering project. And our final speaker is Sarah Jones, who is the Workers in Student Community Volunteering Chair and also the Volunteer Coordinator at Liverpool University. Sarah's been an active member of WISFA since she started in a role at Liverpool University in 2002. She's been chair since 2008 and was previously the chair for the North West region. Sarah works in Careers and Employability Service for the university, managing a range of volunteering programmes, and has worked with and in the voluntary sector since she graduated, and hopes to continue in the sector when her current contract ends in July.